Hi, a little over 24 hours to go for the crucial fifth test at Oval, and we know how significant it is because by drawing the fourth test, India has ensured that the series is not over in terms of its outcome. It is still very much open, and India can still come back big in this series and win the fifth test, and thereby can end up drawing the series 2-2. And it would be a fabulous performance for a young, inexperienced but talented team under a new and extremely talented captain like Shubman Gill. Because let's not forget, a full-fledged Indian team had only managed to draw a series last time they were there. So if they can manage to do this, even with an inexperienced team which is under transition, it would give a fantastic motivation and boost to their morale, and it would prove to the world that Indian depth in test matches is still very much intact, and the humiliating loss against New Zealand at home and the heartbreaking loss in the Border-Gavaskar Trophy were just aberrations. India has now regained their mojo and they are ready to now challenge the world for the ultimate glory, that is the next WTC trophy. So it is a very significant game for India, and it is equally an important game for England, because England had managed to only draw a series at home last time, and they have been really hungry. They want to win the test, want to win the series in a very convincing manner, even though a draw would suffice, but they would like to win it in a very convincing manner 3-1, especially after the frustration they had at fourth test, which they should have won, but they somehow could not break the spirit of Indian team. So they would like to give a major statement to the world that they really mean that when they are saying that they would like to challenge for the WTC, because WTC finals have been played at home for England and they have been played at their own backyard, and it will again be played next year at their own backyard. So it would be like having a party but you are not invited. So they have not been able to reach the final in the last two occasions. Now they would definitely like to make a serious bid, and a win against India in a convincing manner would go a long way to make their mission statement crystal clear to the world and make them motivated to reach the WTC final 2 years from now. So let's now concentrate only on tomorrow's game, and let's look at what team India is most likely to play with. So here I will put two teams, one what I would like India to play with, and the one which Gautam Gambhir, Shubman Gill and the Indian team management will opt for. There will be a few changes, as you know that team management has been known for their own logic and their own bizarre kind of team selection, which sometimes doesn't agree with us. So let us put two teams. Now if I put my team, there will be very few changes because India has done so well in the last test, even though their bowling was lackluster and toothless. So there will be a couple of changes there, maybe at maximum, but then that batting is now almost settled, so not many changes. So in my team there would be Jaiswal, Rahul, and again Sai Sudarshan will be number 3, and followed by Shubman Gill, the captain, at number 4. And now at number 5 there would be no Rishabh Pant. That is a forced change for India, so because of the injury. I would like to see Dhruv Jurel coming in at number 5, followed by Jadeja at 6, and Washington Sundar at 7. And at the 8th position, I would want a change. No longer Shardul Thakur, because now you want to desperately take 20 wickets in 2 innings, and even if I don't take anything away from Shardul's bowling or his impact, but the fact remains is that the captain doesn't seem to be convinced about his presence, so it seems he has been forced upon to take him. That's why he has only given 11 overs out of 156 overs. That's around 6% of the total workload. So you cannot play then a bowling all-rounder if he's just to bowl 11 overs, and you cannot just play him for batting. In that case, you might as well go for a specialist batters. But my call would be, because it's a fifth test, it's a do or die test for India. India has to win. India should go for a bowler. So rather than a batter or a bowling all-rounder on which the captain doesn't have any hope or confidence, I would rather go for Kuldeep Yadav, because this is the time to unleash him. You have been grossly unfair in not picking him, even though you have been struggling to take 20 wickets in the last test, and also in the first test you didn't play him. But this time you must play him if you want to pick 20 wickets, especially considering the news reports that are coming in saying that it is now confirmed almost that Bumrah may not be playing. So if your biggest match winning bowler is not playing, and if Siraj is so much exhausted that he is looking like a really tired one and he's struggling, so in that case your biggest hope has to be a proper match winning bowler, and Kuldeep will have that X factor, because England is known to confuse and struggle against mystery spinners. So I would unleash Kuldeep Yadav at number 8 instead of Shardul Thakur, and my 3 seamers would be now Siraj, and then Akashdeep if he's fit, because I am hearing that all the seam bowlers are fit. So Akashdeep, Siraj, and Prasidh Krishna, because I know there will be a lot of calls for Arshdeep Singh, but I think you have missed the trick by not playing him earlier, not giving him a chance to get acquainted with the English condition and the pitches. Now it would be a little not advisable to directly unleash him on a do or die situation in a fifth test and hope that he will take wickets and he will also manage to control the flow of runs. So I would still go with Prasidh Krishna because he was decent in the second test, though he could not be played because Akashdeep had done so well that in the third test when Bumrah came in, they had to drop him. But he has been taking wickets, though he has leaked a few runs in the first test, but he has been excellent in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, especially in the last test. So I would go with Prasidh Krishna. So that would be my team. Now coming to the Indian team management, what they would be thinking and what type of team they would be putting, I have a firm suspicion that they would continue to go with their status quo or their belief of trying to extend the batting, because they are more concerned about the 30-40 runs that a number 8 batter would give rather than going for a specialist bowler. So maybe they would still insist on Shardul Thakur, but that's my suspicion. I'm not confirmed, but they may go. But I would have liked Kuldeep to go. And in the seam department, I think they will go with Siraj and Akashdeep and most likely Prasidh Krishna. Even they may also opt. But Arshdeep Singh will always be a dark horse to get a last minute selection, because Anshul Kamboj got, though he was not ready, he was not fit, he was not even able to get used to that condition, but the team management had trust in him to take. But this time I think they will still go with a more rational choice of Prasidh Krishna. So let's wait and see tomorrow how it will pan out. Thank you.